All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for showing up. I am the Blue Wizard of Detroit. My stream's set up a little bit differently today because this is a new way to do this for me. Uh, I am a professional dungeon master whose second, well, now first biggest hobby is Magic the Gathering, but my first and forever love will be RPGs. I'm here today to talk about the Secret Lair Spring Super Drop 2023. As you can see here, we're going to be going over the cards, each set, what you can get. I'm going to be looking at the value of each of them, just because I find this part to be fun. Um, None of this is financial advice, and the only reason you should ever buy a Secret Lair is because you love the art of the card. Um, secret layers the secret layers that you can get from Wizard's Secret Lair um, almost never perform as well financially as the actual cards out of sets. Um, the most notably for me is I got a Blightsteel Colossus that was half the value of the cheapest Blightsteel you could buy on the market. So definitely not, do not buy Secret Layers for the value. You are not guaranteed even the lowest value of the card that's out there. So that sucks, but Um, I'm particularly excited for this super drop. I want every card that they're putting out here, which has never been the case. I've never seen a super drop and like I want every single drop here. But they do a pretty amazing job here. So I'm gonna open each one of these. We're gonna do the non-foil. We're gonna go over these pretty quick. Because we're going to see all of these cards again when we're going over everything else. So our first super drop is March of the Machines Volume 1. We've got the art here. We've got the cards. Um, then we've got March of the Machines Volume 2. We've got the cards here. March of the Machines Volume 3. This Urturva Hellkite is going to be a chase card. If you can call on-demand printing a chase. We've got an angel drop here. Looks like I grabbed the wrong thing there. We've got another, well, this isn't so much an angel drop. There is an angel here. We've got Sarah, but some cards here. And the nature is adorable, where we have a nature as well. So everything we got going here is pretty great. This Thassa's Oracle, this is going to be more valuable than the card, than the basic card, I believe. This here is a fusion of a whole bunch of different beloved art styles. This thing's going to probably pop off. But again, none of this is financial advice. So like I said, we'd see them again here. We're going to talk about each card. We're going to see, I'm using MTG Goldfish. I love using them. You'll see that if you look at my pack openings, um, you'll see I use them to evaluate cards. So we're just going to go talk a little bit about each card here and take a look at the price. So this Questing Beast art is fantastic. It looks like it's straight out of a medieval um, tome or something like that. So we have Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste. Can't be blocked with creatures power 2 or less. Combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented. Whenever a Questing Beast deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much to target planeswalker that player controls. Um, so as we see here, the cheapest is 516 Throne of Eldraine. The Throne of Eldraine looks like it's the same art. Going all the way up to 51 for the extended foil. This one might be in value. I could see this being maybe like a $15 card or something like that, 10, 15, just because the art on this is so amazing. Um, so Let's actually start keeping a tally. Let me bring the calculator out here. And we're just going to keep this in here to just kind of get the total value of the lowest card here, because we can't evaluate it by anything but the lowest card. So we're going to call this a $5 card. Um, so I'll bring this out later. Keep this off to the side. It's a very amazing card. You know, you're playing a Timmy deck, something with a lot of power, and creatures you control can't damage dealt by creatures. Combat damage that would be dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented. That's just giving everything unblockable. That's amazing. The fact that this is a $16 card is kind of crazy. It might be that art. Let's see, is that? But this is the only art we have for the Questing Beast. This is going to be our first new art card. Seeing this in foil, you know, I can see this, you know, being a pretty valuable card. So we got $5 there. We're going to move over to Olivia Voldaren. Flying 3/3 for 1 colorless and a red. Deals 1 damage to another target creature. That creature becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. Put a +1/+1 counter. Gain control of target vampire for as long as you control. That is a crazy cool card. But we're seeing here the cheapest we're getting is $8.70. That seems a little low there, but we're going to go $8.70. I don't want to evaluate the foils because that's too much volatility, so we're just going to go with this here. Another great card. Okay. Wheel and deal. 3 colorless and a blue. Any number of target opponents each discard their hands, then draw 7 cards. So it's a wheel for blue. Cheapest we have here is $11. You know, that's a pretty good value there. You know, that's just a strong card in general. The art in here is pretty good, but I don't see it being too amazing. We've got Walking Ballista. Costs XX. Walking Ballista enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Tap for 4, put +1/+1 counter on it. Remove the counters and deals 1 damage to any target. Colorless can be put in a lot of decks. The art here is pretty good. And the cheapest we're seeing here is from the Jumpstart 2022 for $14. That is adding definitely some value to this. Yeah, I can see this card being broken in a lot of ways. It being an artifact creature, a lot of things you can do there. So then we have the World Tree here. The World Tree, $4 looks to be the cheapest that we get here. So the World Tree enters the battlefield tapped. It's land tapped for 1 green. As long as you control 6 from other lands you control, they have tap to add 1 mana of any color. For double Wooburg, sacrifice the World Tree, search your library for any number of God cards, put them on the battlefield, then shuffle. So a specific card for a specific deck for a specific time in Magic. The art for the other cards, I say, is better. Like this full art card here, that is just a nicer looking card than we have here. So I would not count on this to go any higher. So what we're looking for here does not help. So anyways, we have 4270, which is going to be more than the secret layer is worth, unless you, well, actually, that's going to be about the same. So we have for March of the Machines Volume 1, $50. No, so that is less. Because there is no, because for the foil you have to get the 423. So starting off, not that strong. $50, you get 4270 worth, maybe. So not starting off strong there. Some great cards though. But again, this is for the art. But do you want to pay? Let's see here, $50. Do you want to pay a premium for the art here? It might just be worth buying what you want from this one. So we're gonna open up here. So our first card is Dragon Lord Colgan. We have a price of $7.50 here. One art so far besides this one. Flying haste, other creatures you control have haste. Whenever an opponent casts a creature or planeswalker spell with the same name as a card in their graveyard, that player loses 10 life. So in Commander, not that great. This is currently a Pioneer Modern legal card. So it could be good in one of those decks. Not so great in Commander. And we're starting off here pretty weak with a 750 minimum. And it's not really great art either. Like I'd say it's pretty similar. So we're gonna go the next card, Higuer, the Still Wind. We have let's see, why is this? Where are we going? Hold on. Sorry, folks. We have. Okay, yeah, no, things are going fine. I just thought I had a little hiccup here, but we're good. Oh, holy moly, okay. So anyway, Higir the Still Wind, 3 colorless, 2 blue for ninjutsu, 2 colorless, 2 blue. Whenever he enters the battlefield and deals combat damage to a player, you may search your library for a ninja card, reveal it, put it in your hand. If you do so, shuffle your library. For 2 target ninja, creature can't be blocked this turn. Betrayers of Kamigawa, we have $117. But then we've got Plane Chase and Betrayers of Kamigawa going real low, so we're going to go $12. Pretty good card, not amazing. The art's pretty cool there, though. I'm enjoying that. So then we'll go to Nizhal, Primal Tide. 5 colorless, 2 blue. The spell can't be countered. You have no maximum hand size. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, draw a card. Discard 3 cards, exile it, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control at the beginning of the next step. So it builds itself ways for card advantage and builds itself ways to get prevented from being removed from the battlefield. We have Rivers Vixalon being the cheapest at 413. Commander Legends at 413. Art here, the coin stuff's cool. Not something I enjoy putting on the battlefield, but it's attractive there. So then we have Mina and Den Wildborn. The cheapest here so far, $1.01 card. So 2 colorless, a red and a green. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Red and a green, return a land card you control to its owner's hand. Target creature gains trample till end of turn. Pretty decent card. Only going up to 620. And honestly, the art here, pretty darn good. I don't know if this is an upgrade other than getting a full art. And our last card in here, we've got Zancha, Sleeper Agent, colorless, black-red. Enters the battlefield under the control of an opponent of your choice. It attacks each combat if able and can't attack its owner or planeswalker its owner controls. 3 colorless, it loses 2. Controller loses 2 life and you draw a card. Any player may activate this ability. Okay, that's a fun card. We have a list here of $3.99. Well, it looks like I messed up here for the art. Or the adding here. Uh, so 1714 plus 399. So this is the worst price so far of 2113. The art here, the usability of the cards, I'm not finding it worth it for this one. This one I can see. It's got some very powerful cards, some very nice art comparatively, but I'm not seeing it for 2. We have 3 here. I'm expecting this one to be a little bit better. But again, I don't know the value of most of these cards. So let's start strong here. Ult, uh, Utvara, held kite. 6 colorless, 2 red. Whenever a dragon control attacks, create a 6/6 dragon creature token with flying. Mythic card. 6/6. Fantastic card. I love the art. Again, looks like a medieval manuscript kind of card, which you can find this for $15. Um, so great card to start. Pretty good price as well. I like that. So then we have Nyx Bloom Ancient, 4 colorless, 3 green, enchantment creature, elemental. It has trample. If you tap a permanent for mana, it chooses 3 times as much of that mana instead. Great card. That is a fantastic card. And that is reflected in the price here. This might be our best price here so far. We've got a 24. So for this one, we've already got a 15 and a 24. You know, we're feeling pretty good on this so far. We're 2 cards in. So then we get Misdirection here. Instant for 3 colorless, 2 blue. You may exile a blue card from your hand rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Change the target of target spell with a single target. Fantastic. Very close to being a force of will. And price in some of this is reflecting that. You know, that's a $260 card. However, it looks like in Mystery it was reprinted and in a Versus deck, so we are getting some low prices from that. So I have to go with the lowest of 345, which kind of surprises me, but I rate that as a good card. The art is pretty good. You know, we're doing pretty strong so far. Kolga, the Titan Ape. The art on this is fantastic. It looks like it's mutating. 3 colorless, 3 green. When it enters the battlefield, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Whenever it attacks, destroy target artifact or enchantment defending player controls. 1 in a green for return target human you control to its owner's hand. Kolga gains indestructible until end of turn. That's just a fun card. You know, I enjoy that. Oh no. Okay, so $1.94. Definitely going for the King Kong vibe there. That art's pretty good. I like the style art we have of the secret layer though. But we're looking at $1.94. Okay. And the last card in this one was in Dominaria. I know I have a few of these cards already. This is a very interesting one to reprint already. Um, but we have 2 colors, a blue and a red. Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are historic. And then this card is, you know, Brothers War. The retro border's $1.64. So, not looking great for these last 2, but I think the first 3 are really going to make our prices here. So this is Showcase 3. 3 is $50. And we have not made that back yet. Close. If some of these hold value, or I can see some of these being more valuable than the original, I can see this going up a little bit higher, but we're going here for only buying Secret Lair because you like the art. Honestly, you know, just waiting for your local game store to buy these and then piece them out, and but just buying what you want, Probably going to be better for most things. I don't, I personally got really screwed by Blight Steel being half the price. Um, so, who knows? Who knows where things go from here? Now, I'm excited for this artist series, Elena Danner. Um, Mostly because I'm making an Oathbreaker Angel deck. And this is a $30. So we have a lower price point to hit here, but that's because we're having 4 cards instead of 5, right? And we've got 2 lands here, so we're going to be up against something. However, Linvala, Keeper of the Silence, is a great start to this. So we've got 2 colorless, 2 white. Flying activated abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated. Relatively cheap card, fantastic. And we're starting strong here with the lowest card here being $18. That is 1/3 of the price already, essentially. So we're starting off strong with having that be worth it. The art here is pretty epic as well. Then we've got Sunblast Angel here. 4 colorless, 2 white, flying. When it enters the battlefield, destroy all tapped creatures. If that had flash, that would be even better. But the art really syncs with our first card there. But we have, unfortunately, a 42-cent card here. So we're going to add 42 cents to our total. All right. Then we have Amera, the Sky Ruin. Okay. Ooh, okay. So Amera, the Sky Ruin enters the battlefield tapped at the beginning of your upkeep. If you control 7 or more planes, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this is a land enchantment, essentially. And we're going very strong here with a $20 cheapest option. 20, 21, 66, and then 157 for the list version. That is interesting. I've never seen a list card be far and out the most expensive card before, but we've got a $20 card here, which means we have more than exceeded our lowest price. And then we've got Seraph Sanctuary. Now, there is a little bit of drama around this card. So it's a land. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. Whenever an angel enters the battlefield you control, gain 1 life. Tapped, add a colorless. So the drama here is that this is actually not a final copy of the art. This is a production copy. So it wasn't completely finished. This here should be a full city top there. And right now, as you can see, it's just the sketch. This is a 70-cent card. But honestly, at $39.12, this is by far the best value secret layer we have so far. So that's a good place to start. All right, so we have a good thing for angels. Now we're here for Randy Vargas. Let us see what we have here. So we've got Acroma, Angel of Fury. Legendary creature, 5 colorless, 3 red. Spell can't be countered. Flying, trample, protection from white and blue. I already hate this card. Protection is getting on my butt on Commander Night. Morph, 3 colorless, 3 red. You may cast this card face down and as a 2/2 creature for 3 colorless. Turn it face up at any time for its morph cost. Not an especially expensive card. And honestly, the art here is worse than the standard cards. I'm sorry, Randy Vargas, but this is not. It's a very dull colored card here. With this, we've got an angel, we've got the fire. With this, we've got the laser lights going around. We've got the wings. We've got just a lot more color. And the fact that this is $1.07 at the cheapest means we are starting off real low. $1.07. Okay. And we go to Grand Abolisher here. A much better card. 2 white. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. Rare card. This is a $34 card here. I think whatever budget Wizards gives these artists, um, Randy here blew it on the Grand Abolisher. Um, yes, whew. Um, you know, it's a different direction. They're intimidating in their different ways, but I love the aura on this card. In foil, this could be very interesting. So we've got this one card buying the secret lair. Randy Vargas, $30. This secret lair, you get 4 cards for the price of 1 card. So we've got things going there. And that's a fantastic card. 2 white to get him out. That's annoying as shit. All right. Oh, okay. I've seen this one on Twitter being talked about. Selfless Savior, 1 white creature dog. Sacrifice Selfless Savior. Another target creature you control gains indestructible till end of turn. The flavor of this card, the art of this card is fantastic. It's a 38-cent card. And this Selfless Savior here is a little goofy. And this one's heartbreaking. 38-cent card, I'm going to include it because that's what I'm doing here. But this one here is just meant to pull on your heartstrings. How can you not buy that, right? And then we have Umezawa's Jite. Legendary artifact equipment. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage, put 2 charge counters on him. Remove a charge counter and choose one. Equipped creature gets +2/+2. Target creature gets -1/-1. You gain 2 life, equip 2. That is a fantastic card, and the prices here justify this. $192 card, $15 card. So 15 is what we've got here. Randy Vargas, you are our current winner of the price point at $50.45. So we got that going for you, Randy. And I would say the art here is definitely better than what we have before. It's more evocative, it's more interesting. It's almost like a scene out of a movie. So we've got all that going for it. So now we have Artist Series Rebecca Guay. Some very stylized stuff here. And we're starting off pretty strong with Sarah the Benevolent. Planeswalker, 2 colorless, 2 white. +2 creatures you control get flying with +1/+1 till end of turn. -3, create a 4/4 angel token with flying and vigilance. -6, get an emblem with if you control a creature, damage that would reduce your life total less than 1 reduces it to 1 instead. So fantastic card, and the cheapest we're getting here is $14. So another good strong start. Then we're getting Cleansing Nova here. 3 colorless and 2 white. Choose one, destroy all creatures, or destroy all artifacts and enchantments. The art here is fun. It looks like a unicorn is getting vaporized, though, which is kind of interesting, being a white card. And then, okay, so 59 cents is what I see as the lowest. Okay, going for the next one, Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, this one's a great card as well. 1 colorless, 1 white. When she enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an equipment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle the library. And then for 1 colorless and 1 white and tapped, you may put an equipment card from your hand onto the battlefield. And then this card, our cheapest card here, is $37. So we're getting the value here too. And then Muddle the Mixture. I can't read what that says. Muy, muy. Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure what that says there. My eyes are just not that great. The art here is provocative. It's definitely a style that is very interesting. Um, and then, so 2 blue, instant counter target, instant or sorcery spell. Transmute for 1 colorless, 2 blue. You can discard this card, search your library for a card with the same converted mana cost. This card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Transmute only as a sorcery. And then this is a $4.90 card. Um, so we have here 56.49. So far, all of our artist exclusives have been uh, way more value than what you're paying by at least $20. So we've got good things going on there. So now we have a Jorga the Tree Speaker. Um, let's see here. Um, let's see. I don't know what they call these because this is a little before my time. But we're having a level up card, so you can read that there. I don't really know how to say it. Pretty good card. Rise of the Eldrazi, we have, pretty good. But then we get, that's for the foil. The regular is pretty cheap, and then the list is just as cheap. So we have a $2.05 card starting off. But Nature's Will, I think, here is going to do us some pretty well. So 2 colorless, 2 green, enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, tap all lands that players controls and untap all lands you control. So if you combine this enchantment with a fight spell, no, a fight spell wouldn't work because you have to do damage to a player. Um, Not sure exactly how you'd play this off yet, because like I said, I'm relatively new to Magic. I'm sure there are ways to abuse it. We've got some fun art there and a $15 card. Let's see. Ulvald Tracker, Human Shaman, 1 green, and for 1 colorless and a green, tap and target creature you control fights another target creature. That's fantastic. That's just giving you a reusable fight instant. That is a $2.58 card. The art here is fantastic, though. I love the stylized. And we're just gonna pop Control Shift T. And then Yava, Nature's Herald, 2 colorless and 2 green, legendary creature, Elf Shaman, Flash. You may cast a spell anytime you would cast an instant. You may cast green creature spells as though they had Flash, which is a pretty good card. But 232, or sorry, 323. And that's our 4 cards. And we are at 1823. Um, so you're not getting your value here even close. Interesting choice by Wizards to not be even close. If you want any of these cards, pick them up at your LGS, but I doubt an LGS would buy it with this return on investment, if I'm being completely honest. But now have saved what is going to be considered the best for last. We have our cool Ocean Breeze Secret Lair, 3 colorless and a blue for Master of Waves, protection from red, elemental creatures you control get +1/+1. When Master of the Waves enters the battlefield, create a number of 1/0 blue elemental creature tokens equal to your devotion to blue, and each blue in the mana cost of permanents. Yeah. I don't see the point of this card, but it is what it is. And this is a $1.63 card. All right, so we have Thassa Deep Dwelling. Indestructible as long as your devotion to blue is less than 5 Thassas in a creature. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to one other creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your target control. This is a great card. Any Blink deck would love this. The art here is fantastic. And we have a $17 card, $15 card, Theros Beyond Death. That is a fun card. $15. Then we have Lawan Cephalid Empress. Lawan Cephalid Empress, 3 colors and a blue. When she enters the battlefield, return all blue creatures your opponent controls to their owner's hands. Your opponents can't cast blue creature spells. Um, I feel like this should go in one of my decks. I have a hate deck. Um, not super usable, and the price reflects that. $1.27. Uh, but the art here is fantastic. I love it. And then we have Thassa's Oracle. 2 blue. When Thassa's Oracle enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards of your library. X is your devotion to blue. Put up to one of them on the top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If X is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win the game. Uh, yeah. This $19 card, $15 card, $15 card. This one just barely breaks it at 32.9. Um, but my guess is that the Thassa here is going to only go up in value with this art. So we're so it looks like any of the artist rendition cards are pretty good value if they maintain their value, if they don't go down. But there are some pretty great cards in those anyways. So if you want to get it, get it. Um, I love some of this art. I am really I would really love to get some of these. This one would be great for my Oathkeeper deck. I really want Utavara. I really want Questing Beast. But when it comes to it, for these 3 cards, we've got 625, 16, and 20. So it really depends on which one we're going to. Might get a few of these, might not. We will see. I am a little disappointed in the March of the Machines ones here. A little bit, not hugely, but the 50 is a high mark to hit, right? Um, that 50 really puts it almost. If they were charging 40, I'd say some of these are a must buy. But that $10 really makes it difficult. I could buy the 3 I want for my LGS for the same price. I don't have to worry about shipping. I don't have to worry about getting in errors. I can decide whether the curling of the cards is going to be worth it. So a relatively weak offering from that, but I'm very impressed by our artist series here. To getting a Grand Abolisher, getting a Linvala, um, getting Stoneforge. The art's fantastic. So we've got that going on. But I do want to talk about something a little more serious at the end of this. It is April 24th. In the last couple days, it has been revealed that Wizards is working with Pinkerton. Uh, and for those of you who don't know what Pinkerton is, they are most well known by most people as being one of the villains in the Red Dead Redemption series. But they're a real life group of people. They call themselves private investigators, but they are a private military that corporations use to union bust. That company is responsible for some of the worst acts of violence on the American people. Um, some of because if you are looking at racial war, obviously that goes to some other groups of people. Um, but the Pinkertons specifically against unions, against the citizens trying to fight against the corporation. The Pinkertons are responsible for literal warfare and terrorism against those people. And that's someone that Wizards has chosen to associate with. Now you might say, "Hey, I just watched this entire thing, and you've been talking about Wizards, and how can you criticize them if you're in some way supporting them?" And to those people, I say you can criticize the things that you enjoy um, in order to make them better. You don't have to sit down and shut up to enjoy something, especially um, since if you were to stop enjoying the thing, stop buying the products, then people would just say, well, it doesn't affect you, so why are you complaining? There's always going to be someone there who wants to shut you up. And working with the Pinkertons, hiring the group that uses that name is in itself a threat. You're saying that you are willing to work with the worst kind of people, the worst organizations in order to get your way. Um, and that's not cool. That is not okay. And I will use the zero platform that I have here to try and hold the people that make something I really enjoy accountable. Because, learn from your mistakes. Don't work with a literal fascist organization. Um, I'm literally screaming out to the void here. Nobody's going to see this. But it's important to me. Um, and I am of the opinion that creators get to make their own space. Um, and I will not brook with disagreement on this. I do not debate fascists. I do not um, put up with any of that. If there is any fascist support here, any capitalist propaganda here, I will just ban you. This is not the place for that, and that's because I say it is. This is my space, um, and if you think what I'm saying is extreme, um, I think you should look into the history of what corporations are willing to do to the population of America. And what happens when you don't speak out too soon? What happens when you don't hold groups accountable? Um, so this is something I'll be talking about in the future. I'll be going through. Um, but I do want to say thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Um, I'm probably going to order some of these. You'll see me opening them up on this channel. Um, if you look, you'll see that I posted the opening the Mox Amber serialized that I got from the Brothers War set. Um, Short little video. I did a little cut of opening it, so that way you only have to watch a few minutes. But you can see me opening it, and that's a lot of fun. I'm going to do a lot of other content here, stuff like this, different things. But I'm liking this YouTube streaming instead of Twitch. Um, Twitch kind of is a different vibe for me. I was getting a little bit more viewers there than I am here, so maybe that's the better venue for new streamers. Who knows? But I'm here doing this thing, and I'm rambling a little bit, so I appreciate you um, being here and following me. I am going to MagicCon Minneapolis in a couple weeks here. I'm very excited. There is going to be event where they release spoilers for the Lord of the Rings set, for the Doctor Who set, for the Commander Masters set, for pretty much everything else happening this year. You better believe I will be there. I will be streaming. I will be taking pictures. I will be doing a a vlog while I'm there. You will be up to date with me and what's going on in the whole thing. So join me, follow, subscribe. It's all very important. And hopefully, I can break some information pretty quick for us all there. But again, thank you for joining me, and let's have fun and keep people safe.